So that means हमें अपने ही potential नहीं पता होती है. So happy I got the best cadet award there from Karnataka. थोप में बनाया लेकिन सब बंदे अलग हैं. In every way they are different. And we thought we couldn't do it. But we could if you're only good at drill or only good at firing. It doesn't really fetch you points. I'm very grateful to my parents for this, for believing that I would be able to balance both. Never give up till the last finishing line. So don't kind of, decide who or how he is just based on 5 subjects. Your child has more to it than just these numericals that you have at the end of the report card.
Jai Hind everyone.
Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to another episode of Voice of Red Hackle, a podcast of the cadets, by the cadets and for the cadets. Today we have with us Mrs. Heemai Handoo Bhat, Principal of Hansraj Model School. She is not just a distinguished educator, but also a visionary leader and a true champion of holistic development. She has been conferred with the CBSE Teachers Award by the Ministry of Education and the State Teachers Award by the Government of Delhi. Jai Hind, ma'am. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure being here.
Ma'am, let us start with a very basic question, which is, why did you join NCC and what changes did you observe in yourself after joining NCC?
Very interesting question, and I have a very interesting answer, I hope. So, when I was in school, and this was in Mysore, Karnataka, and my parents were in a transferable job, at that point of time, the school did not have NCC. And because it did not have NCC, I wanted to change my school, but I was not allowed because it was a central government transfer and we could be transferred at any point of time. So I had to stick to a central government school. So I had a choice. After college, and the college there is in grade 11 and 12, which is known as PUC, pre-university course. So when I finished my grade 10, I had already decided I have to join NCC. Abhi to nahi hua, lekin agla kadam will be towards that. So I did a little research as to where all we have NCC in this level. And I came down to a few colleges, applied there, and I got it easily. So I selected a college in which there was NCC for girls. And there is where my journey, a transformative journey, began. I do not know why I wanted NCC, but I knew I wanted NCC. So from there it started, and I learned a lot. It was a transformational journey, and discipline ki baat ho, ya punctuality ki ho, resilience ki ho, all these things I got from there. What I am today, a picture of what you see me today, even in the role of a leader, is all due to my grooming in NCC.
Ma'am, truly NCC teaches you all of those wonderful things.
Most definitely.
Ma'am, talking about a transformational journey, you are someone who believes in transformative learning. So ma'am, what according to you does holistic development mean in today's academic context?
I'll take what you're saying about the academic context, but I'll also connect it with NCC. I'll take myself as an example here. I was not very great in studies, but yes, I was a good student. I think there are some skills that you learn in the course of your training in NCC. And that, at that point of time, ये जो word आज इतना use होता है, holistic development, holistically being, ये सब at that time it was not there. It was just an exposure to different things that you are doing at the school level or at the college level, the different skills that you acquire at the different levels. This is what basically it was all about. So I was into sports, I was into music, I was into dance, and then of course my NCC came in. I feel to be a holistically developed individual, which we all talk about today, it's actually not being ready just for exams. It's also being ready for life. और उसमें जो skills use होते हैं, वो एक दो नहीं हैं, बहुत सारे हैं. So to be able to have that, you need a lot of exposure. So for a child in today's century, to be a holistically developed child is a child who can deal with many aspects. So that could be problem solving, it could be critical thinking, it could be just plain communication, persuasive skills, it could be anything actually, not always found in textbooks or a curriculum. So I think today's children need to be transformed into holistically ready for the future, जिसकी अब demands थोड़ी सी अलग है पहले से. So there were different skills required earlier. Today the skills are a little different, and I think we need to prepare children for that. That is important for us.
Ma'am, no doubt that learning is suddenly quite rigid and mechanized,
Yes.
but you're focusing on making it more of a humane approach.
Yes.
So, ma'am, what steps have you taken in your school to make education more inclusive and humane?
See, in our school we have done a lot. NCC is one of them. Because this is from a personal experience. You can, I'm like a gardener in the school, okay? So I need to nurture every child differently. I cannot have one formula. मैं ना ये example देती हूँ. When we have a garden और उसमें you are trying to grow something, for example, let's take भिंडी, okay? That's the season में आजकल चल रहा है. So when we sow the seeds in the garden for bhindi, okay, for lady's finger, all of them grow, but all of them are not ready to be plucked at one particular time. Every plant needs nurturing. Every child needs different nurturing. हम जब उस garden में भिंडी जहाँ लगाई है हमने, when we are watering the whole patch. When we are putting pesticides, we are putting pesticides for the whole patch. When we are nurturing it from anything, या हम fertilizer लगा रहे, we are doing it for everything. Even then, every lady's finger blooms differently. अलग अलग से, कोई लंबे निकल आते हैं, कोई छोटे निकल आते हैं. It takes time. तो आज के ज़माने में making it one-to-one, humanizing it. I don't know whether you have heard, we talk about speaking to flowers. I don't know ये अगर आपने सुना है. जिन पौधों के साथ you will speak, you will have a conversation, you show your positivity to them, you touch them caressingly, and you look at them. Those flowers bloom faster and they remain for longer time. बाकी जल्दी they wither away. The children are just like that. You humanize learning, the way you handle them, the opportunities that you give them. जिस तरीके से आप करते हैं और सिर्फ किताबों से ना निकाल कर, you need to have a little more exposure beyond the textbooks, beyond the books. I think that can do a lot of difference. Face-to-face talking, person-to-person, personalized learning. This I think every teacher should be doing, and you can see the difference in the children and how they bloom. I think that can make a difference. We need more humanized learning. When you humanize learning, you will have good human beings. Otherwise, they are just living on this planet.
Indeed, it requires a lot of care to take care of children. Ma'am, indeed, children require a lot of care, but NCC teaches you to go out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
So, what all camps have you done and what has been one of your favorites?
Very nice. It's nice to go back in time. So, the first camp that I went for when I was very young, this was in the year 1982, I think. So I belonged to a girls division called the 3 Karnataka Girls Battalion, which is in Mysore. That's where I was staying. And at that time, we didn't know what camps were all about. And I was this North Indian girl there in Mysore who could manage to communicate in any language. Could it be whether it is Hindi or Kannada or English? I was good at that. So they said there is a camp in Shillong. My first BLC camp was a basic leadership course. So we were selected from different schools and colleges, and so we went for this course to Shillong. From Mysore there is nothing that goes direct to Shillong, so we go from here to Bangalore, from Bangalore to Guwahati, so it was a long journey, and that's how we reached Shillong. And nobody had travelled outside Karnataka. So we had a JCO. I don't know whether you have JCOs
Yes,
now.
ma'am, we still
Us zamane mein we used to have a person who would accompany us. And it was always a man because girls were not much into NCC and other domains. So we had a JCO, we were about 5 to 7 girls from there, and we attended the BLC course in Shillong. It was in the Happy Valley. I'll never forget that experience of mine. I learnt a lot during those days. First interaction was with people from, students from cadets from all over the country. सब जगह से आए थे. And it was tough getting up early, going for the run, okay, and then the breakfast, getting everything, the uniform done, your camp done, your bed done, everything, because competition hota tha har cheez ka. And that's how it was. And then there was a cultural part also every evening. Who scores the maximum in culturals? No time for preparation. बहुत अच्छा था this camp. One big learning I had there, Vrinda, and that was, you see, we have this attitude, everybody, कोई काम आ गया ना, अरे sir, why are you giving me, ये भी तो कर सकती है, वो भी तो कर सकती है, I have this work also. You know, this is how it all starts. I was also like that. I was a beginner. And then when everything was over and I did exceptionally well, I was the cadet, best cadet, then they took us to an army area which is there in Shillong. They have a whole area there. Then the commanding officer, he called me. He said, "You're such a nice cadet. You can speak so many languages. You helped us to communicate with everybody. But you have one problem." I was like, "I have a problem?" He says, "Yes. And today you take this feedback." He told me one thing, which is with me for life. He said, everything that you start with a no. No, sir, not this, not me. He says, never do it. Start everything with a yes. Everything. Yes, sir, I will do it. Yes, sir, I can do it. I told him, I started, giving my reasons. Ki, sir, lekin hota nahi hai. I have to be sure I can do this job. I am not capable. He says, you start with an S. You believe you can do it. You will see that you will do it. You start with a no, with a negative answer. There is always a dilemma whether you can do it, not do it. Chalo nahi karenge. Maybe it's not expected of me. But when you begin with a yes, you stick to the yes and you make sure you reach your goal. That day and today, there is nothing I say I cannot do. I said, okay, I will do it. I'll give it my best shot. The rest is in our hands. So that, I think these courses don't just teach you, punctuality, discipline, resilience, but they also teach you how to take care of these situations, how not to begin everything. और ये ना किताबों में नहीं होता है. This is a real-time experience, and I think children should learn from these things. That's why I insist with my cadets in the school that they should attend an NCC camp. If they have got an opportunity, believe me, that one learning experience from Mysore to Shillong, such a long journey, we had so many challenges. Nowadays children are privileged, अच्छा से travel करके जाते हैं, हमारी reservations नहीं होती थी. How we as girls stood together, how we communicated, how we remained safe, how we managed to eat, how we managed to get water to drink. All these are life learning experiences. And this can be possible only when you go and put yourself into such situations. So I think this is important from all the courses. There was another camp at Goa, totally on the other side, and that was the ALC camp. That was also very tough. And there was a lot of competition, but I'm so happy I got the best cadet award there from Karnataka and from Mysore. And I have very fond memories of how they made us do. I have seen a mix and a balance of everything, Vrinda, is important. If you're only good at drill or only good at firing, it doesn't really fetch you points. You have to be good at drill, at map reading, you have to be good at everything, even your culturals, your discipline, first aid, bed making, everything has to be perfect. That perfection, I think I've carried along with me, and I'm very particular. I believe in this saying of J.R.D. Tata, you should aim for perfection in the minutest tasks that you are given or you have taken up. उससे आपको success मिलेगा, एक satisfaction मिलेगा of having done a good job. And I think you don't need to be rated by anybody else. You need to tell yourself, yes, I did a good job. I'm happy with what I've done. Or I could have done better. Next time I'll do it. I think this is very important for our children to learn. All cadets should try this.
And ma'am, as you've mentioned that there was a focus on not just drill but on other various
Yes.
aspects of personality as well. And ma'am, we are noticing that in today's time, in recent, NCC is actually focusing on other things beyond just drill, beyond just what is thought of NCC.
Yes.
So ma'am, do you feel that while being a principal in a school which is, again, which has NCC, so do you feel that there are any changes in today's time as well as when NCC, as well as how NCC was back then?
There is a lot of difference, Vrinda. Uh, at that time, nobody told us to join NCC. It was your own reason or own motivation that wanted you to join NCC. Today also we had a similar situation when I began and introduced this in the school. But now I don't have to ask for children to join NCC because they have seen how their peers or how their seniors have changed and transformed into a totally different kind of person from what they used to be in just a year ago. So this transformative change is noticeable, and I think that makes a difference. Like at that time in 80s, we were self-motivated to be able to do that. There was nobody to tell us. We wanted to do it, we were passionate, we wanted to contribute, and we did it. In fact, मैं आपको एक बात बताती हूँ. उस टाइम पर अगर मुझे मौका मिला होता, I would have been in the forces today. But at that time, there was no place for women at that point of time. It was only in the post of a nurse. I think it was only in the year 1991 or 92 that they opened the area for the women officers also to be, short-term services as everyone they started. Before that, we never had that opportunity. So I feel that today our children, अगर मैं देखूं, जो पहले थे before they joined and what they are today after attending camps, the drills, the classes that they have on a regular basis on the week, I think that has transformed their body language, their confidence, their hand, their gestures, the way they meet you in the eye, and the way they volunteer, that empathy that has come along with this. तो discipline के साथ बहुत सारे virtues और भी हैं जो join हो गए उनमें, and I think that makes you a holistically developed individual. That's what helps you.
Indeed, ma'am, that is quite well put. Ma'am, moreover, you have started a lot of initiatives. One such would be a fitness initiative under the banner of Mera Bharat Swasth
Yes,
Bharat.
Swasth Bharat.
So, ma'am, what had sparked this idea and what was the response of students as well as teachers and parents?
Very aptly asked question, especially in these times where fitness has taken a
Yes,
back
ma'am.
seat. I strongly believe, Vrinda, the fitness is not just physical. The fitness has to be the wellness of the mind. The fitness has to be emotionally, they should be sound. I think this has become more important in today's time. So, जो श्रेष्ठ भारत हमारे लिए स्वस्थ बनने के लिए कहते हैं, there is a reason for it, and it has to be done because I have seen today's children have actually put it, as not even one of the 10 priorities in their life. There are so many others. So fitness is important, and for your information, Hansraj Model School Punjabi Bagh में, not just of the students, for my colleagues as well, for my staff members also, the teaching and the non-teaching, we have different initiatives where this is a very important part. So every Saturday, when the students are not there or it's a lean Saturday, we have a session only for the teachers. So we have yoga, we have aerobics, we have just meditation, and those teachers who cannot sit down, we have an option for them to sit on the chairs, and we have exercises for them sitting on the chairs. The other initiative is Manan. We call it Manan. It is known as calibrating minds. तो इसमें क्या होता है, जिस दिन असेंबली अंदर करनी है because of either pollution or it is too hot, तो बाहर नहीं कर पाते हैं. Meditation क्या इंसान करेगा जब पसीना वहाँ से टपक रहा हो? So it's difficult for us. At that time, in the classroom itself, we have a regular meditation class after the morning prayer. So the whole of the school is on a meditation. Everybody is doing meditation, and it is guided. We started this and it is guided by a teacher, and we speak and we tell them what to do. Little bit of yoga, little bit of meditation, and it has been so well received. I remember as a feedback, one of the students who had left now, the corridors they have passed. They said कि मैम one of the best things that you started was वो जो हमें भागा दौड़ी सुबह होती है उसके बाद जो स्कूल में हमें वो मेडिटेशन करने का एक टाइम मिलता है, we calm down by then and then we are ready for the rest of the classes, for the rest of the day. They said that moment was so important for us. The teachers' feedback was also the same कि मैम हम भी भागा दौड़ी में to reach in time we come, and those few minutes that we have, about 10 to 12 minutes, ज़्यादा भी नहीं खींचते हैं, but it's a regular feature. So Manan, calibrating minds, you need to calibrate the minds and calm them down and bring them to a level which will help them to receive knowledge, to absorb it as well. What is the use if you go to the class and nobody is absorbing it? So there are many such initiatives we have started, and the wellness of the mind along with the wellness of the physical health of the body, wellness is important, and I think we need to do it. We need to make sure that it happens, and I'm very grateful to our Prime Minister who has initiated this worldwide. It's accepted. You will see them doing, and we follow it to the core.
Ma'am, that is actually quite good because people are nowadays solely focusing on physical fitness instead of their mental well-being.
Yes.
And ma'am, talking about fitness, you yourself are a sports person.
Yes.
And you have represented Karnataka
Yes.
as well as your University of
Yes.
Mysore. So ma'am, on top of NCC, playing sports, all of that must have been quite hectic. So how did you manage back then?
I'm very grateful to my parents for this, for believing that I would be able to balance both. इसके साथ studies भी था. So NCC, then sports and studies. And I believe I could manage because I was doing sports. So I was able to, because physically when you are happy, when you're doing something that you want to do, there is a happiness quotient that is triggered off in your mind. When that happiness is there, you are self-motivated. And you know that you have a goal. You have to reach that goal. वो finishing line है. तो उसमें you will have to manage your studies, you will have to manage your wellness, you have to manage home, you have to manage everything. And I was a student leader also. So वो भी manage करना था. And today I am getting the fruits of learning how to do it at that time. It's just like a juggling of everything. I was not bunking classes ever. So my teachers knew if she's not in the class today, she's either in the field or representing the college in a competition or a sports, or she's making arrangements for some event, and she will manage the studies. वो कर लेगी. That has helped me today in my leadership role, where I have to multitask. Multitasking तो आजकल ज़रूरत है. एक ही टाइम पर I am able to do so many other initiatives apart from doing my administrative duties. And this I learnt on the field. अब on the field क्या होता है? If I'm a volleyball player, I was the captain. So I do play all other games as well. I was a tennis-court captain, throw-ball captain, basketball captain. We had badminton captain. So all these things were there. मैंने मैदान में बहुत कुछ सीखा. मैं इसीलिए बच्चों को बोलती हूँ, please go and play. Today's children don't want to go out into the playing arena. So वहाँ पर क्या सीखा मैंने? Mathematics मैंने मैदान में सीखा. Biology मैंने मैदान में सीखा. Physics हर एंगल मैंने मैदान में सीखा. Now they don't understand, everything is there. Whatever you have learnt in the classroom is now in the field. You are already doing it. So for me to associate what I did on the field with what was happening in the classroom was not difficult. Today we call that as integration of sports into your own. Okay? So today we say that, but we have been doing it. This getting onto the field, NCC and sports helped me team building, punctuality, analyzing the other person on the other side कि क्या game खेलना है उसके साथ, किसके साथ कैसा game खेलना है. All these things are skills that you will need in the market outside. Not just your book. That will not help you after a period of time. On the field you will learn a lot of skills. Problem solving. इससे तो service हुआ नहीं. She will not be able to pass the ball to me. And that is her chance. How do I cover it up? Critical thinking, analytical thinking. हर चीज वहाँ पर use हो रही थी. So I think a lot I have learned from the field. And that's why I think I'm able to manage today what I'm doing. it really helped me as a person, to grow as a person as well.
Indeed, ma'am, it is quite hard for a lot of people, but you've been able to integrate your education
Yes.
along with all the skills that you've learned throughout, and that is something truly very beautiful.
Yes.
Ma'am, you make quite an ideal leader yourself, and while it is one thing to develop those qualities within oneself, it is quite hard and a task in itself to nurture it within students. So, ma'am, how do you think that we can nurture leadership qualities in young children, especially in young girls, to make them ready for the future?
Young girls, they need opportunities, let me tell you. And opportunities you need to grab. It's not just that, opportunities are not there. They are there. But children choose not to take them for whatever reasons in today's world. When we were students and cadets, we would grab opportunities. And we have seen that these opportunities have led us to a very different kind of evolved us as persons. In our schools, we give a lot of opportunities, not to just girls. I mean, we do give to boys as well. But yes, we do give a lot of chances for them to explore their own potential. क्या कर सकते हैं? देखिए, आज के टाइम में हमारे स्कूल में we strongly believe in inclusivity. We also believe inclusivity में we make sure that everybody gets a chance. And in fact, you won't even be able to differentiate those children in our classes. It will be a tough task for you. So opportunities उनको जब मिलेंगे, we do give them all the knowledge that is supposed to be there. लेकिन उनको बाहर भी ले जाते हैं, beyond the classrooms ले जाते हैं, beyond the textbooks ले जाते हैं. We tell them to explore their own selves. उससे क्या होता है? For example, you are good at theatre. You are not necessarily good at mathematics or maybe some other science subject. So we allow you to explore those areas. And I have seen with my own eyes, because this has happened with me as well, that these children have excelled. When they gained confidence through theatre, then they did well in studies as well. When they were good in athletics or sports, our school is very well known for sports, then they excelled in other areas as well. So that concept can be brought into the children. और लड़कियों को तो हम, I make it mandatory for them to participate. I'll give you an example. For example, the new session began now. So I do this every year. So the 12th standard children are very comfortable in their own classrooms. कोई खेल कूद नहीं, वैसे भी last year है, चलो अब पढ़ाई करना है. No, पढ़ाई is not the only thing that you are coming to the school for. You have to learn the other things. You need to balance. When I talk to you about a healthy mind in a healthy body, we make sure that they have matches. So we have inter-class matches. तो हम गर्ल्स की टीम में 2 लड़के लगा लेते हैं और बॉयज के गेम में हम 2 लड़कियां या 4 लड़कियां लगा लेते हैं. So you have a mix. So they are playing together. They learn how to work together even in those circumstances. ये मैं अपनी सीख से बता रही हूँ, because when I was in sports, I was in things like volleyball and basketball, जिसमें ज़्यादा लड़कियाँ उस टाइम पर आती नहीं थी. It was usually tennis-court. I don't know whether they even played tennis-court here. There was ball badminton, shuttle badminton. So I was in basketball and volleyball, and I had no team in my college. So I was made to play. My coach would make me play with boys, and they were very senior, very well, known boys in that game. And I realized from a nobody, from no game, not even a service, I became so good at the game. Because my level, my benchmark was very high. So I tried to reach that benchmark. I understood कि मेरे में potential थी. कोच मुझे कह रहे थे तुम कर सकती हो, लेकिन मुझे confidence नहीं था. तो आज के बच्चों में हमें ये बताना पड़ता है, you can do it. मैम वो लड़के हैं इसमें. I said so what? Life में क्या सब जगह रास्ते में सिर्फ लड़कियों के लिए बनेंगे? क्या buses सिर्फ लड़कियों के लिए बनेंगे? क्या jobs and MNCs will not be only for girls? You will have to work together. So you better learn how to deal with it. And that could be maybe through this one exposure. And it has worked 100%. That much guarantee I can tell you. They need to understand the world outside. You have to meet all kinds of people. You have to communicate. You have to work together as a team. If you are a single worker, no company will take you. If you are a team worker, then everybody will take you in. That's what matters. और तब 98% नहीं matter करता. What matters is how you are in a team. Can you work in a team? ये देखा जाता है. So I think we need to promote that part. That is what we work towards. In our school, we make sure that they are ready for that. And yes, opportunities देते हैं. Grab करोगे तो तुम्हारी थाली, नहीं करोगे तो और किसी की.
Indeed, ma'am. That is actually quite true. That if you don't grab opportunities yourself,
Yes.
then they won't walk up to you always.
Absolutely.
Ma'am, I'm sure that there must have been a point where you have also fell down and you've not always been the wisest in the room. So, how have you dealt with that situation?
Very nice question, Vrinda. It must have happened to me many times, but I'll talk about one or two, maybe just one, wherein the decision was so tough for me and I did fall. But I have learned one thing from my parents, not to ever give up. I never give up. And the more challenges that are thrown to me, I have learned through NCC, I told you from Shillong, I'll never forget that, कि मैं उसको करूँगी, कोशिश करूँगी. At the most, सभी लोगों ने मान लिया कि मुझसे नहीं होगा, that I will never be able to do it. So what is there? No expectations. So let me work. I think I need to make this very clear. In our school, we have done this. जैसे मेरे टीम गए थे basketball टीम लेकर zonal level पर. They are very good players. लेकिन आए हार के. So when they went, I usually wish them. But when they came like this. So I always meet them even when they come back. I said, what happened? Ma'am, हार गए. I said, so? Ma'am, जीता नहीं. I said, so? I said, you have to learn to do both. You have to learn to accept defeat gracefully. And you have to be able to do it. Now what will happen? Now you are always on a winning spree. तो आपने कभी हार ही नहीं देखी थी. अब जब हार देखी आपने, you will have to learn to accept defeat. And you have to rise from there. आप नीचे गिरे हैं, तो आप उठिए और फिर कोशिश कीजिए. ये चीज बच्चों को सिखाते हैं. So now when they come, consciously they smile. मैम हार गए हैं लेकिन अगली बार जीत जाएंगे. So that smile, they know that I am going to tell them this. So they say, मैम इस बार तो हार गए, लेकिन अगली बार जीत जाएंगे. तो they used to add one more thing. मैडम बड़ी चीटिंग हुई थी वहाँ पर. ऐसे भाई ऐसा है बेटा, चीटिंग तो लाइफ में हर जगह होगी, पॉलिटिक्स होगी, कुछ भी हो सकता है. बट इफ यू आर वेरी गुड, इफ यू आर सो गुड, कोई नहीं हरा सकता आपको. आप ऐसे गेम खेलो, ऐसे खेलो that nobody can defeat you. And they are majboor to make sure that you win the whole game. There is no option. So this they took and they won the games. So now they come smiling कि मैम एक गेम हार गए, अगला राउंड में देखना मैम हम कैसे जीत के आएंगे. I think that is very important that you learn how to rise after you have had a fall. अगर आप गिरे रहेंगे, चोट लग गई, मैडम मेरे से होगा ही नहीं, वो चीटिंग ही करते हैं, then with that attitude you will never be able to do anything in life. So you must learn how to get up and then go again. It has happened to me many a time, and I have only said those things from where I have learnt. Personal experience से ही हमें बोलना चाहिए हमेशा. So this is what I strongly believe. Again, full credit to my sports and NCC. In NCC, when we used to jog, थक जाते थे. 3 kilometers jogging होती थी, उसमें भी time होता था, timing. And they used to come and say, चलो 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 भागो भागो भागो. And we thought we couldn't do it, but we could. And then we used to sprint. So that means हमें अपनी ही potential नहीं पता होती है. Never give up till the last finishing line. Never give up. Come what may, never give up. And I give example of a stock and a fish. I don't know, many of you might have heard the story. I'm just sharing it. There was a stock waiting for the food, caught the fish between its beak. The fish also didn't give up, kept on struggling. Kept on struggling. The stock remained steadfast, did not release. The fish kept on trying, did not give up, kept on struggling in the beak. इतनी देर किया कि वो थक गई. And she just remained quiet. After about 5-7 minutes, when the fish didn't even move, now the stock has to take it inside. Beak तो ऐसी है, खाना तो उसको ऐसे है, अभी तो fish ऐसी है. So क्या किया? He tossed the fish to catch it in the right angle. बस उस moment को उसने लिया. The fish did not give up. She did one more struggle, went into the water. and the stork had no fish to eat. So I always give this example to my children and my teachers to never ever give up till the last. Never give up.
Looking at your clear perspective and also the initiatives that you've taken, you have clearly fulfilled your duties as an active citizen, and it is something that one should take a lot of inspiration from. How do you think that the schools can also make students an active citizen as well as socially responsible?
See, there are a lot of things that are happening now in schools to make them aware of their responsibilities. Lot of initiatives, programs, activities are being done. We have to ingrain this in them to give it back to the society. So some of the values, if you have given them at the right time and they have bloomed, I think they will give it back to the society. Social responsibility हर बंदे की है, सिर्फ आपकी मम्मी पापा की नहीं है या आपकी टीचर्स की नहीं है. So if the values, I always believe कि अगर हमने उनको value systems दिखाया है कि आपने जो लिया है उसको वापस देना है, an attitude of gratitude is also important over there. You need to be empathetic over there. You need to take others along with you. आप अकेले कितना दूर जाएंगे? So this responsibility has to be taken up by you people. If you people don't do it, how can we help you? We can only tell you what you need to do, how you can go about it, what are the ways you can go about it. The rest is in your hands. We can train you to do it. मछली तो आप ही पकड़ोगे ना. This is a skill. We can teach you how to fish. But finally, you have to fish. You have to catch the machli. You have to nurture a garden. You have to manage your communication. You have to manage your parents. So all these things, I think they are understanding, but there are a few people who are not. And I will request all the leaders of the schools and the parents as well, because they are also a very important aspect of a child's life and a cadet's life, that their contribution should also be there, and they should also make sure that they give it back to the society. They take up responsibilities which will help the nation go forward. If you don't have that, then we will remain selfish forever. मैंने अपनी पढ़ाई की, मैंने अपनी नौकरी ली, I am getting a good job. How have you contributed towards the growth of the nation? Have you done anything? Don't ask what the nation can do for you. Say what you can do for the nation.
Ma'am, I'm certain that the cadets are truly learning a lot from you at this point. But I also believe that they must be curious about how a principal thinks. And I'm sure they want to look into the life of it. So ma'am, what is one of your favorite or fondest memory after you've become the principal?
Oh, lots of such lovely memories I have. See, I love meeting children, okay?
Yes.
So, I love talking to them. I love hugging them. You know, I get a lot of energy from them. So I do know when there is too much of work in the school and I have to take so many decisions in a limited time, I just break away and I go to the children. So I have shared this secret with some of them. I just rush to my kindergarten department. सबसे छोटे बच्चे, that's where they are. अरे उनके चेहरे देखकर इतना एक हैप्पीनेस आ जाता है, एक स्ट्रेंथ मिलती है मुझे उनमें से कि I have to take care of these children, no? And they're giving me so much undivided support. मैंने innocent, उन्हें पता ही नहीं है. They come and hug you. They don't know that I am the person who is taking care of. They know I am the principal, madam. Okay, they know my name. Okay, so they know that. But that kind of trust that they have given to me, that she'll take care of us. The teachers, in their eyes, कि कोई problem है, I can meet her. I think these moments, teaching is not a very preferred profession, Vrinda. If you ask a child, not many people go towards teaching. In that kind of a situation, when you are there as a teacher, I'm a teacher to the core. The only thing that helps you live through this whole journey is that you have so many children across the world, thousands. Now it's almost 40 years of my teaching. मैंने वो जब आपको मार्केट में ऐसे करेंगे कोई, you know he's your student. आकर आपका पाँव छुएंगे, you know you may not even remember the batch he's from, but that is what you look forward to forever. So that adulation of being a teacher, when the students get back to you, is what makes me go on in this journey of life, of educating the children, of making leaders from these children, making good human beings. Leaders होंगे और good human beings ना होंगे तो हम क्या करेंगे देश में? So I think that makes a huge difference.
Talking about, ma'am, the fact that you have created quite a positive impact on a lot of lives, especially your school.
I hope so.
No doubt, ma'am, no doubt.
Yes.
So, ma'am, any last message that you would like to leave with the cadets that are watching us right now?
Standing or rather sitting before you is once a cadet, always a cadet. So what you have learnt, believe me, as a cadet, will help you for life. And trust your own instincts. Be true to yourself. Don't forget that you are in a nation that has given so much to you. And be empathetic. I would say be empathetic, say compassionate. थोड़ी resilience बढ़ाइए अपनी. Adversity में how to handle yourself, how to deal not just yourself, how to take and help others at that point of time. And I would say the most important aspect of all these, and I would mark it on my number one, is an attitude of gratitude. Have gratitude for what you have, not for what you do not have. Don't look on the other side. You don't know the story of that person, of what he has. If he has a Mercedes, do you know how his family is? Do you even know how he is being dealt with by the parents? Do you know what he is going through? Emotional turbulence in his life. So be happy with what you have and spread happiness. Happiness होगी तो समझो हमारा देश बहुत अच्छा होगा. Our happiness quotient should be more than any other country. If you are happy, if you can spread smiles, you can bring happiness to everyone. And respect your parents, respect your teachers, your mentors. To everybody, चाहे वो रिक्शे वाले ने आपको यहाँ से वहाँ तक एक ड्रॉप किया है, say thank you, respect दिखाओ. उसने आपको यहाँ से वो आसान बनाकर अपने आप पसीना बहाकर he took you across. I think these are very small things, but you need to have gratitude for these things. This is what I would say to my cadets.
That is quite a powerful message, ma'am, and I'm sure that we will all learn quite a lot from it. Ma'am, as we reach the end, we have our rapid fire segment.
Oh,
wherein
fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Wherein I'll ask you a question and you have to say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word empowerment?
Maybe a child raising their hands confidently without even having to think. मैंने इतनी confidence से कि जो भी है मैं दे दूँगी जवाब. Maybe. I mean, it doesn't only talk about women empowerment.
Yes,
I feel इतना confidence हो कि the hand goes up immediately. You feel empowered to be able to do what you want to do.
Yes,
I think that would be it.
That is quite a strong picture indeed. If not teaching, then what profession would you like to choose?
I think it's very obvious. If I wasn't teaching, I would definitely be in the armed forces. And I had kept option 1, armed forces, IPS or IFS. And today I have no regrets where I am, because I am making IFS ke log, I am making IPS ke bacche, and I am making all of the others. So I have no regrets where I am today, because I think wherever I am educated all these people. तो अच्छे बनेंगे और अच्छे बनेंगे. So I think I would still have continued in education, but in those areas.
What is your favorite pastime?
My favorite pastimes is not one. I like just sitting anywhere and observing people, their movements, their expressions, how they are behaving, their body language. Just observing. मुझे नहीं पता क्यों मुझे खुशी मिलती है. भगवान has made people थोप में बनाए, लेकिन सब बंदे अलग हैं. In every way they are different. And to guess, इसके घर में ये होगा, ये ऐसी होगी, ये वैसे होगा. I think that is, I don't know, it gives me a lot of happiness. And then I'm into a lot of other things, like I love baking, I love painting, I love writing poetry, I love gardening. This is my regular feature, so I guess I don't miss it. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं.
Ma'am, 3 traits that you think that a student should develop in their life.
Every student.
Yes,
Only
ma'am,
3.
every student.
One on my first list is attitude of gratitude. Gratitude होना चाहिए बंदे को towards anything. My second would be, in today's world, I feel it is lacking empathy. Every cadet, every child should have empathy for others. They should be compassionate. They should help the others. Don't wait for them to ask for help. Help. Reach out. And I also feel resilience, which I've been talking about. हमारे बच्चों में हमने कोविड के टाइम पर देखा, एडवर्सिटी जब होती है, जब कोई मिसहैप होता है, कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है, उस सिचुएशन में हाउ टू संभालो योरसेल्फ. I think that is something we need to teach every child, and he needs to acquire this skill, resilience. And the last one maybe would be curiosity. हर चीज के लिए curiosity होनी चाहिए, because the curiosity will ignite and spark your mind, and you'll be able to do something better. So 3 से और +1 कर दिया मैंने.
No issues, ma'am. Ma'am, lastly, what is one thing that the schools must stop doing immediately?
Oh, I know the answer to this, because I am trying to work towards that. One thing that all schools, at least across the country of India, should stop doing is glorifying marks. Marks is not the end of everything. There is so much to a child other than his report card. I'm waiting that children will be able to showcase what they have other than their mathematics wale marks and science wale marks, Angrezi wale marks. I think every child has so much potential. If only you could. I'll tell you an example before I close this. So there was this parent and I was the teacher. I was not the class teacher. I used to teach them English. And in the PTM, the parents would come to me. So I used to do a lot of activities in the class. And the children were very happy with their books and all. I used to put them all on display for the parents to see. So the parents would come and meet. Then they are asking, ये मैडम से क्यों मिलवाया? ये तो तुम्हारी क्लास टीचर नहीं है. नहीं, वो मेरे को अंग्रेजी पढ़ाती है. अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा. So I asked, how is he done? क्या मैडम, he has not done maths में देखिए, he has English देखिए, I was dissatisfied. I said, okay sir. So you don't like what he has done? मैडम ये तो क्या है ये तो. So I said, sir, does he respect you at home? हाँ वो तो करता ही है. Does he misbehave with neighbors? नहीं नहीं कभी नहीं. I said, is he punctual? अरे सब कुछ अपना काम करता है, मम्मी को भी हेल्प कर देता है किचन में. I said, इसके मार्क्स नहीं आए सर. So he looked at me, I understood. ठीक है मैडम, समझ आ गया मुझे. मैंने कहा सर उसके तो मार्क्स नहीं लगे ना, आपके तो सिर्फ 5 सब्जेक्ट्स के मार्क्स लगे. So don't kind of decide who or how he is just based on 5 subjects. Your child has more to it than just these numericals that you have at the end of the report card. So it's my request. I said, now I'll give you the report card, sir. He is like this, he does this, so his artistic skills. Take out that book and see what he has done. See what he has done for the others. See how he has helped. Do you know about these things? कभी किसी ने बताया नहीं. मैंने कहा सर कभी आपने पूछा ही नहीं. So these are the things I think you need to understand. You should stop glorifying the marks. The child is worth more than those few digits or grades. And that's the day our education system will change. And how we look at every child. We need to give him that opportunity as well.
Indeed, ma'am, it is all in the way we look at things.
Yes, absolutely. Bilkul.
Ma'am, that brings us to the end of our podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much to the whole team. And it is indeed a pleasure to be here. And I have never seen anything like this before. I'm indeed indebted to NCC and the government initiative and you children's cadets initiative, in fact, that you've started off this. And I hope you grow in leaps and bounds with this initiative. And I hope this also inspires others to take up more such initiatives.
Thank you so much for joining us. Jai Hind.